My good friend Josh Makes Movies, who's behind the camera, said we should make a video about how you make Cedar Spur decoys. So I said, let's do it. Okay, today this video is really exciting. We're making chocolate chip cookies. No, we're not, but there's an analogy. Because once upon a time someone told me if you have the same recipe for chocolate chip cookies, doesn't mean they'll all turn out the same. This is a stinky bad job and it's full taxidermy. And sometimes I get carried away and make some look like almost like taxidermy quality when they don't have to be, because they are decoys. People ask me all the time, well, where do you get the turkeys for your decoys? It's a combination of both. Raising turkeys here, that's a bronze turkey population, and then we have a wild turkey population that we depopulate with my hunters. These are tagged turkeys that we've harvested together, or friends of mine don't want the hide after they've shot their turkey, and so we attach these to all of our decoys too, that people know where they come from. At Cedar Spur Decoys we make several models, and the most popular one that we use is the Spur Daddy. This is J-Boy of the Cedar Spur mounted decoy line. This is Quarter Daddy. This is Cedar Girl. We do make a mounted hen decoy. I just finished this one the other day. In fact, Dave Clevenger shot this one with a bow with me last May.
How many hours did that take you to make?
You know, people keep asking me that, and I really can't give you the breakdown. I'm going to have to start really paying attention because there's multiple processes of it. Once I get it to this part right here, where I'm able to put the hide on the form, which is a taxidermy mount form, I probably can get him done in about 2 or 3 hours. They start out like this. They come out of the freezer. They're froze, and I open them up, and then I start applying a lot of borax, and the drying process begins. Borax is laundry detergent. I use the 20 Mule Team. You can get this at any grocery store. That's the curing agent. For our purposes and using decoys, that's everything. And then after I start fleshing some of the turkey, like this right here, and then I use a knife and a wire brush, then I get down and I do a little bit more. That's the starting point. We're going to have to give him a bath. So I get a tub like this, and I'm going to fill it full of water with Dawn dish soap, and I'm going to wash that extremely well and rinse it multiple times, and then I'm going to hang it up, and then I'm going to blow dry it clean, and hopefully it will come out like this, of like perfect breast feathers laying perfectly. This one was actually a shotgun harvest that I shot. It was a really exciting hunt. Bailey and I, young man, Blandon Branchard's cousin, we doubled. He shot his turkey and this one didn't go away, so he had a future date with destiny. He's going to become a Spur Daddy decoy, and if you want to see that hunt, you can click this link right up here. I've already prepared this foam body here by pre-drilling and sticking the decoy stake down inside of it. There's actually 2 pieces to this stake too. That's this part that goes down in the ground. This piece right here goes up into the body, and then I glue it. I use different epoxies, caulks, super glue. I find super glue works pretty well for me. Just don't glue your hand together. I did that last year. It was really bad. The first thing you need to do before you put your hide on your form after it's cured is you got to make your neck. It's not just the head that you see up there. There's actually a wire base and some foam behind that to give it structure. And these are the same steps that a taxidermist would use. So I thought I should measure this, but I don't. I just kind of do it, guess at it. And I've done enough of them already that I kind of know, and then I trim as I go. I've got one of my painted decoy heads here, and you can get these lots of places. You get a pre-painted head, you can spend a lot of money on them. And that's the key to making a good decoy. You got to have a good head. So we're preparing his neck. So that goes up in there like that, and I'm going to make a bend right there, and a bend right there. You can buy this from supply companies like McKenzie and different places like that, but you can also go to your local hardware or Lowe's or anywhere and get it a little cheaper. You see what that does for that. And then when we get done towards the final steps, I'm actually going to put glue all over that, and then that's what the decoy head glues to too, so it doesn't just fall off. I do this and kind of measure it up where my head's going to go, so I know where he's going to sit. I'm going to put him about right there. He's all done. He's ready to go to the woods. This is the hairless wonder, the featherless wonder. New improved version. Starting to look like a turkey. You can get the general idea here of him ending up on a form. That one's got a huge rope. There's a lot more to do this, a lot more cleaning up, a lot more things to do, but you need to have it in a little bit of a pliable state as far as the hide goes, so you can move it around, position it, and then you put your T-pins in it. I also use longer T-pins for the pinning process, and I use a lot of those, a lot of different sizes of them too. This is a smaller one, but once I've got the, and like I said, it's a long ways from being there, and this is just for demonstration purposes, but once I've got it where it needs to be, I pull back the feathers and get all the way down to the hide, and then stick the T-pin in, through the hide into the form. And then the feathers cover it. I gotta flesh out the wings. The wings will end up getting pinned with a big hard gauge wire in the right strutting position like that. And I use hard gauge wire like this. This is 16 gauge wire that I got at the local lumber store. Sometimes I use even a little harder gauge wire. I straighten it out and I cut sometimes because I'm going through, especially if it's dried a little bit. This one's already done, I don't have to do it. It's got a sharp angle on it like that, and I go up here and I make a bend, about a 1/2 inch, 3/4 inch bend. And then for like when I pen bigger areas that's covering more weight, we actually drill a hole through the wing bone here. This one hasn't even been fleshed, and that makes it real sturdy and ends up pending in there, because when you're carrying your decoy or he's getting beat up, you don't want him going like this. I use a harder gauge big pen for areas a little thicker and stuff, and it just reinforces it. And I do the same thing through the hide into the form, and then you cover it up with feathers. For years, people, when they get their turkey fan, they would typically, spread it out, cut a lot of the meat away, borax it, put it on cardboard or foam, and then take stick pins and pin it in that position to hold it open, which I've done many, many times. And then you put it on a plaque and it ends up on your wall. Well, a few years ago on a social media post, I saw something that I thought was pretty ingenious. You spread it out after you've done the same thing, and you clip the last 2 feathers like that, the quills, and then it'll dry in that position. For my purposes, it's really easy to hang it on a hook or something on the wall. These are all fans that were hung on hangers. And then I didn't require all that space. Can you imagine the amount of space it would take for cardboard and boxes? And a turkey fan, for those of you that don't know, will fold like a fan. That became a fan to wave to, and it still works when I get hot. Man, I should take one of these to church when it gets hot in the summertime. Some of the tools that I use, it's like metal stripping you can tack things with, but I use it just to, I told you I don't use Bondo, but I use this. And I use 3 of them, 3 holes. It kind of gives me a starting place. I center it. I think I'm between these 2 quills right here. And if I go slower, it seems to help too. So when the quill feathers don't come out, that means I drilled correctly. Again, this is already dried. It's been drying for over a year. So it's really tough down there like leather. It really doesn't matter what kind of screw you use. Length. I like to have a longer screw to go up in the foam itself for the turkey form. These are 3.5. I like 4s, but 3.5 will work. By pre-drilling it, I'm not getting a bunch of feathers. If you try this without pre-drilling it, you just wrap your screw with feathers and end up destroying it. We'll go right there. That's pretty good, isn't it? It makes it look so simple. It is fun if you want to do something a little bit different with your turkey that you harvest. If you spend a little time on it and trial and error, what do you have to lose? You can come out with your own mounted turkey decoy. Or you can contact us, message us, and get a Cedar Spur decoy. Been around since 2006. and killed hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of turkeys. I hope this video was very informative. I hope you liked it. It might make you want to get off your butt this spring after you kill your turkey and go out and get some supplies. It doesn't require a lot. It's not a huge investment. It's more time involved, but make your own mounted decoy. They work extremely well. They'll last a long time if you don't let turkeys come in and beat them up. I can tell you this, they do get attacked, flogged, beat, bred. The body itself lasts a long time. The main thing is a fan that can really get damaged just transporting back and forth. But every year, hopefully you'll get a new turkey. You'll be successful in the turkey woods and dry your fan and you'll have a new tail. And you can actually purchase them from people like us and other people too that raise turkeys. Thanks for watching. If you like this video, we got a lot more coming in the near future. Please subscribe, hit all those buttons you're supposed to, like, comment down below, hit that bell so our newest uploads, you'll get notifications of them. Hope you're feeling the rush. We'll see you on the next one.